Hello, I'm Laura, and it is March 19th, 2025. I love sitting here on our back deck in Kansas and listening to the birds. It brings a sense of peace to my soul. But not everything in life brings me that sense of peace. When I can't find my keys, or heaven forbid, I can't find my calendar, or I don't know what to expect in facing a difficult situation, I might feel anxious. And you know what? That's a very human thing to do. To suppress and press down our anxieties is like pushing the spring of a jack-in-the-box back down into the box and closing the lid, only waiting for that moment in which the box will release and the anxiety will spring up and startle you into a state of being in which you freeze and can't seem to figure out what is yours to do next. So anxiety needs to be released from its box altogether within us. And the way to do this is to acknowledge it when it arises, breathe into it, and let it move through us. This is the teaching of wisdom that was shared by Claudia Olmos, Reverend Claudia Olmos, in today's word on releasing anxiety. She says it is by feeling the anxiety that we can heal it. By acknowledging anxiety and the emotions tied to it, you give yourself the space to fully experience it, allowing it to pass through you instead of becoming trapped within it. So whenever anxiety arises for you, you may want to just pause for a moment, breathe into it, and release that anxious energy. And in that mode, we are going to move into our time of release by taking that deep breath, closing our eyes, and focusing on this prayerful thought. The experience of anxiety does not diminish me. I acknowledge it, I breathe into it, and I let it go, knowing I am greater than my fears. The experience of anxiety does not diminish me. I acknowledge it, I breathe into it, and I let it go, knowing I am greater than my fears. And so it is. Could you feel it? Even just for a brief moment of time, could you sense the peace that really fills your world? Even though the world at this moment is fully active, there is underneath all of it a great sense of peace. Yet we can know that the activities of life are like the crank on the jack-in-the-box, and at some moment something will release that startling anxiety and let it jump out of its box. And when it gets released like that, just let it keep going. And like a jack-in-the-box, say, oh, there you are. Okay, I am no longer fearful of you. It was Franklin Delano Roosevelt who said, "The only thing we have to fear is fear itself." When we face our fears, when we bring them into the light, when we breathe into them and let them go, we discover that each one of us is greater than our fears. Thank you for sharing your greatness with me today as we support each other in moving through life free from the limitations of any fear and filled with the power of light and love. God bless you. Have a wonderful day.